the Carriker Chronicles, the People Show. Check the post of Husker Nation. Brought to you by Nebraska Spine Hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't wear this shirt often. I think it's the catchphrase from the old Big Bang Theory show. Sheldon used to say it, or at least he did in the beginning of that show. I don't even know. I watched that show. It was hilarious. I couldn't relate to it at all, so I found it even more funny. But I don't wear this shirt often. I kind of wore it today because I needed something stupid. Just something stupid to kind of make me chuckle. Because I don't know about you fine folks at home. I think this bye week comes along at a perfect time for the Nebraska football program. And I get a feeling Husker Nation needs a bye week as well. Because that Minnesota game was tough. It was rough. It reminds me of Illinois. Although Minnesota is a better team than Illinois. But it just felt like we were taking small baby steps forward, and then we just took some gigantic steps backwards. And I don't know, I saw this shirt in my closet, and I just needed something stupid to make me chuckle. And I think Husker Nation, Husker fan base needs this bye week in general. But I want to talk about, because the bye week gives me an opportunity to kind of look at what the Huskers are doing well, because they have done some things well. They've moved the ball up and down the field. But also look at what they need to improve on. There's obviously things they need to improve on. You're sitting at 3-5. There's not a shortage of things you need to work on to get better. And one of the first things that pops into my mind is the red zone. We have got to get better at scoring points in the red zone. Now let's talk about how Nebraska's offense has actually been effective in doing the hard part, which is moving the ball up and down the field. And then we'll look at the red zone numbers themselves and how that has failed the Huskers. Because Nebraska's moving the ball up and down the field. Okay, they average 479 total yards per game, which is second out of 14 teams in the Big Ten Conference. Only Ohio State averages more yards per game. All right, rushing yards wise, we're second in the Big Ten Conference, averaging 213 rush yards per game, only behind Michigan, who averaged 247. Even passing yards wise, we were higher ranked in the Big Ten than I thought we would be, fifth in the Big Ten with 266 pass yards per game. Yet, on the road, Nebraska's only averaging about 20 points per game on the road. It's hard to win when that's all you're averaging. Now, it would help, okay, if we have 3 missed extra points this year, okay, but it would help if we made more field goals, first of all. All right, we made a couple of 50-yarders, which gives you hope like, hey, man, he's starting to put it together. Connor Culp's starting to put it together. And then we missed these close ones, which is the mind-boggling part of this. Now, I'm not going to go through the field goal stats. We all know they're not great. Okay, and I love Connor Culp, but maybe, it is time, especially during this bye week, to give somebody else an opportunity. And maybe somebody else steps up and starts making those field goals. And if nothing else, because we know Connor Culp, all Big Ten kicker last year, Big Ten kicker of the year last year, can physically do it, but it's mental right now. It's clearly mental. Okay, the mental part of sports gets overlooked. Not even 9 times out of 10, but 19 times out of 20, 95% of the time. I think it's overlooked drastically. And if nothing else, maybe this would give Connor a chance to step back mentally from everything, okay? But you look at the red zone stats themselves, and all these stats I'm about to drop came from an article from Sam McEwen, okay? From this point on, these are going to be from Sam's article. Nebraska has attempted, in the red zone, only 16 passes all year, and they've only completed 43% of those passes. Obviously, that's not good. Nebraska ranks 105th nationally in red zone efficiency. What the crazy part is, they average nearly 5 trips into their opponent's red zone each and every game, which is top 20 nationally. So we're second in the Big Ten, moving the ball up and down the field. We're in the top 20 nationally as far as getting into the opponent's red zone. But then we're 105th nationally when it comes to actually putting points on the board. Okay? We only score 76% of the time that we get into the red zone. We've got to get better on that. The 2 things that stick out to me the most that they've got to hone in on and just get significantly better at during this bye week: red zone efficiency and offensive line play. Let me know your thoughts, Husker fans. Hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, omaha.com/Carriker. Go Big Red Nose. Remember, throw the bows. Thanks again to our sponsor, Nebraska Spine Hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, when it's your spine, you do not want to mess around, and experience matters. That's why you can trust the experts at Nebraska Spine Hospital, the region's only spine-specific hospital. They are the best at what they do.